All right, lesson 5-4, analyzing graphs of polynomial functions. So by the time we're done with this lesson, we should be able to sketch or look at graphs of polynomial functions, calculate the zeros of a polynomial function, find the relative maxima and minima of a polynomial function. So to start with, a relative maximum is the highest point in a region on a graph, and the relative minimum is the lowest point in a region on a graph. Okay? And these points are also referred to as extrema or turning points. You might also see the term absolute maximum or absolute minimum. And then our zero is it's the solution at the x-intercept. Okay? So if we take a look at some graphs here, as I'm looking at this, so the places where it's crossing, the x-axis, those are the zeros. Okay, so each one of these are the zeros. Okay. So that means for this specific problem, we would have 3 real solutions. And from the previous section, we also know that this is going to be an odd function. Our turning points, so we have 2 of them. We have one at the top here, so this one is our relative maximum. And then one at the bottom, so this is the relative minimum. All right, our next example. So again, if we start with the zeros, we have 1, 2. Okay, so we have 2 real zeros. And because we're starting and ending in the same spot, we also know that this is going to be an even function. This time, we actually have 2 minimums. So here we have a relative minimum. And then also at this point here, this is a relative minimum. And then at the very top on this one, this is going to be the relative maximum. So this one has 3 turning points. 2 minimums, 1 maximums, 2 zeros. All right, looking at this next one, we have 1 real 0. And we know that this is an odd function because it's starting and ending in the same spot. And there are no turning points. So our graph never changes direction, so we can't have any turning points. All right, last example like this one. So again, looking at this, we have 2 real zeros. Okay. And then starting and ending in the same spot, so I know that this has to be an even degree. We have 3 turning points. 2 of them are maximums, so both of these are relative maximums. Okay. And then here is our relative minimum. In the next set of videos, we're actually going to graph on our calculator and calculate these using our graphing calculators.